I need the ones in the back to make sure they hear me. Hey, everything already been said, so ain't nothing left. It's time to jump out that plane. Hey, but this city is built on swagger, so we finna turn up in this thing. On the first, it's on, you say who. On the second, it's on, you say that. The first is on, say who. The second, you say that, and we gonna keep it on repeat. It's on! 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 Let's go!
We got to figure out a way to fire ourselves up before this show. Who that? Who that? Who that? You know who that is. That is Demario Davis, linebacker for the Saints, joining me, Mike Garofalo, and Ian Rappaport. We're loving the fact that we have a couple of minutes here on a Friday to spend with you, Demario, especially ahead of your 100th consecutive start. Now, some folks might say 100th consecutive start. Let me figure it out. Maybe I'll plan a party or something like that. You, on the other hand, you are partnering with Ashley for a good cause. What are you doing with those folks?
Yeah, it's been amazing to partner with Ashley around this unique 100 consecutive start. We'll be partnering with Ashley. It's a part of a much bigger partnership that we're doing. But with the program we're going to do off the 100 career start is we're going to replace 100% of beds for the Covenant House, which is a shelter that looks after young individuals between ages 16 to 22. And so we're gonna replace 100% of those beds. As I said, it's part of a much larger partnership. So really excited about that and really excited about the partnership with Ashley and grateful for them and how they continue to show up in the community.
Awesome.
Love to hear that. It is an excellent cause, a great opportunity to give back. How have you done this? 100 starts is a lot. To be back every week and still play at such a high level is a lot. What is the secret?
I don't know if it's any secret. Number one, it's a blessing, so praise Jesus. I think I've been fortunate to be around a lot of great players. From the time I've came in, I played with some of the phenomenal vets. I played with quite a list of Hall of Famers. And I think between asking them, what allowed them to play so long and how did they take care of their bodies, how did they prepare, how did they find ways in the offseason to get better, how did they take care of themselves and grow inside the game, and then what did they do late in their career to allow them to extend themselves. And I think just being around all those guys from Ray Lewis to Ed Reed to Bart Scott, Antonio Cromartie, Darrelle Revis, really ask them about their plan and their process. It really has helped me as I've gotten later in my career.
And your career now, your 13th NFL season, as we see there on the bottom of the screen, you've been around long enough that they actually used to play 16 games. Now they play 17. So we know the season is long and getting longer, maybe even longer one day. Maybe you'll be around for that as well. But so week one, it's nice to get off the way that you guys did. But it's a long season. But how do you take what you guys did on both sides of the ball in week one and say, all right, this is the catalyst for our season?
It's a long season, and it's a race to get faster. That's happening across the league. And that's what our mindset is. It's the race to get better week by week. And, we got out of the blocks good, but, we got a big challenge coming in this weekend, traveling on the road against a really good team. That's been on fire for years, that's really in the middle of their stride, led by a phenomenal quarterback, one of the best players in our league. And so it's going to be a challenge. Offense and defense, they have a ton of weapons. And, as you go on throughout the season, the games don't get easier. And so we just have to be ready to step up to the challenge.
It has been a challenge, I know, this week for you as well. I mean, you talked about some of the challenges of facing the Cowboys, really a multifaceted, excellent offense. You mentioned how good Dak Prescott is. All of that is true. You've also locally dealt with Hurricane Francine, which I know has hit the area hard and has adjusted the practice schedules. What has that been like, and how has the week of preparation been for the Cowboys?
that's one of the things about living in New Orleans. Every couple of years or so, you face with threat of a hurricane, and you really don't know what that's like until you live here and kind of see how it is constant and how it impacts family, and how you always have to kind of gauge them and be prepared for the worst. Fortunately, where we are, it wasn't as bad, and so we've been able to kind of get back to work as quickly as possible. Not everyone has been as fortunate, and so we kind of still just dealing with that. And any area that was more damaged, of course, our prayers are with those families. And what I can say is the city has been fast with the response and making sure all the power is getting back on, making sure all the roads and trees are being cleaned up, and anybody that is needing extra support is getting that. And so it's amazing to see how the city and the area really comes together around these storms. And it's unfortunate that they come so often, but we've been prepared to deal with them. And this one was pretty good. I mean, our prayers are still out with those who are still struggling, but for the most part, it's been good.
I know that we've been through this before with the Saints, and you try to help in the community. You also try to help by providing a victory and lift spirits a little bit, and I know that can help some folks when it comes to this. To get this victory, your offense is going to have to score some points. They did that on Sunday against the Carolina Panthers. Did you see this coming with your offense? Because it sounded like in training camp, things were really clicking on that side of the ball. Were you watching it saying, hey, we could be dynamic this year?
I mean, I just have a ton of confidence in our locker room in general. I love Derek and how he leads that offense. Just watching them this off season and how they've been united and coming together. Watching our O-line kind of grow together, was not shocked to see how explosive they were off the ball. When you look at it, Taysom and Alvin and what they can do out of the backfield, I think that's going to be challenging as a linebacker that has to go against that position. Just the amount of looks that they can give you. They both are positioning at the top of their league. Then you got so much speed on the outside with Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed and some of those other younger guys stepping up, and even our tight end room. And so when you just look at the personnel, it can do so much. And when you get a coordinator that comes from, probably the greatest offensive scheme tree there is in the league, at least in today's era, you only can have high hopes. And so it doesn't matter what the expectations are. It all matters what you go out there and do on Sunday. And Sunday they did that, but that's just one game. We got a long season to go, and we're gonna need all our pieces: offense, defense, and special teams. So definitely encouraged and not shocked by how they showed up in the first week. Just excited to see them continue to do it.
Demario Davis, 100 consecutive starts. He's reliable. He's doing great work in the community with Ashley related to that streak that he's got going on. And this is something I can always appreciate. He's got great hair. Demario Davis, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck week 2 against the Cowboys.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate you guys. Y'all be blessed.